Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, welcome back to FTB Beyond. That's right, folks. We are back in our modded world. Back in the old FTB Beyond world, we're standing pretty much in the same spot that we stood 53 videos ago, where we launched this series. And I'm coming to you today to let you know that this series has run its course. This series is going to come to an end. So this will be the last episode of FTB Beyond. I want to thank each and every one of you for all of the support that you've given me over the course of the last 6 months. This series actually started airing on March the 8th, 2017. Over that period of time, there's been 52 episodes, 53 videos. One of them included a live stream, and you guys really came out to support me in this mod pack, and I really do appreciate it very, very much. What we're going to do in today's episode, in this last episode, is we're going to go ahead and just kind of look around a little bit and see some of the stuff that we've made, see some of the stuff that we've done, talk about some of the high points, and I want you guys' comments. Oh, it's my birthday today, by the way, also, so my phone might keep going off on us because people keep telling me happy birthday and all that stuff on Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, so I want to know what you guys think, what you guys' best moments of the Beyond series were, what some of the things that maybe you thought we learned well, some of the things that we did well, some of the things maybe that you think we didn't do well. Let's go ahead and get my jetpack on. We're going to probably need that. So yeah, I want to know what you guys think. So we started off right over here. Oh, do I have auto jump on? I'm using a new launcher, by the way. No? Is it controls? Yes, auto jump is off now. Good. Okay, cool. So I'm using a new launcher now. I was using the FTB Legacy launcher for all of the FTB packs. I just started using multi-MC because, as you guys know, I am a Linux gamer, and so there is a lot of stuff that I can't, like I can't use the Twitch app that everybody on Windows uses, and I don't necessarily think I want to because, from what I understand, it's kind of horrible. My son uses it, and he hates it. But yeah, so this is where we kind of started. I decided early on that we wanted to build kind of above ground, and so within the first episode or so, we kind of built this tower and started off with the first circle there. And then we decided that we were going to do some little pods off to the sides. Right down in here, this is where we put in our. Originally, that was just supposed to be Enderman, but now it's Enderman and Blazes. And so, as you can see in here, we got Enderman, or Ender Pearls. We got Blaze Rods. I've used quite a few of them. We never did use any of these Molten Cores from Reliquary. That's one mod that we didn't get into very much, and we might do that in whatever series takes place of this. Now, I kind of already know what we're going to do next. Holding it kind of close to the chest because it is something that I'm kind of excited about. But yeah, so let's go ahead and go up. Oh, actually, first thing we did was we dug down into this little hole. So this was just our little hidey hole where we started off, first furnace and all that good stuff. We also did some. I think there's a workbench up here that we created in the first episode as well. Yes, this thing. We never did really do much with this as far as this workshop table goes, as far as getting it up to its full potential. But it served its purpose, because it's got some upgrades that you can put in. I've updated the pack so many times that the upgrades are not even in there anymore. But you can make it be a furnace, and you can have it do auto crafting type stuff and everything. That's cool. As you can see, we got into some applied energistic stuff. We got into some extra utility stuff. Never really leveraged the extra utilities for what we wanted to because I decided I didn't want to do like the cheaty creative flight that extra utilities gives you. I wanted to get right into jetpacks so that we could go with the Dark Solarium one and basically get creative flight that way because I don't have that mapped. That's right, new mod pack. So we can't hover just yet. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how to turn hover on. So then we kind of branched out and we did some things. We put a mob farm over there. Eventually, we upgraded that to be the Woot Farm, which is very cool. The Woot stuff is, it's pretty cheaty, but I got to tell you, this thing will this thing will create mobs like crazy, especially once you get it up to the highest tier. So this thing here is our Nether Star generator. It's just cranking out Nether Stars like you wouldn't believe. It's so amazing. I decided I wanted to get into Draconic Evolution and build the energy core, so we got that updated all the way to level 8, I think it is, which is the highest level. Over on this side over here, we put in basically our farming system. There were a couple of things in this farming system that I thought were very cool. Whoops. Wow. Lag spike. Couple of things in here that I thought were very cool. We used of course, you use the ender chests so that we can transport the items, put a farming station in. So we've got cactuses, we got potatoes, we got carrots, we got wheat. Over here, we put in this toast setup. And so basically what happens is the wheat comes in here, it goes through the sag mill and it makes flour. The flour goes into the redstone furnace and makes bread, and then the bread goes in here and makes toast. And what it was supposed to do, it was supposed to go into this player chest. So like right here, this spot right here, I wanted to give it access, right? And when I did that, it would kind of make it so that I couldn't even eat, right? It would just keep updating, and so it never did work the way that we wanted it to work. But that's fine, because we ended up having so much toast, it was not even a big deal. Over on that island over there, that was our Botania setup. We didn't do a whole lot with Botania this time. There were a couple of things that I wanted to make sure that we did, that we needed, because I wanted to use some like living stone and some living rock and living wood in a few places. We did set up a few little things, you know, like basically infinite mana pool and so forth. We got into a little bit of villager breeding so that we could melt down the villager babies and make emeralds. I think we actually got some emeralds in there, don't we? Yeah, we still got some molten emerald in there. Cool. Tinker's Construct setup right here. Over here I had a little auto potato farm to feed the villagers. Now I don't know what happened to them. They just kind of disappeared one episode. I think it was after I had a system crash. And they never came back. But by that time, I had done everything with the emeralds that I needed to do. Obviously, chests laying all over the place with lots of different tinkery type stuff in it. We did do some stuff with RF tools and the teleporters and so forth. So that was very cool. And then the last pod the last saucer pod that we built was this one over here. And this is probably the one that I'm the most proud of. This is where we put in our applied energistics system. So we've got our ME terminal interface, our crafting terminal, our regular interface crafting terminal, as well as a pattern terminal, a bunch of molecular assemblers on their own ME networks. We've got some stuff over here which was bringing, this dimensional transceiver here was bringing stuff back from our mining dimension, which we'll show you that here in just a few minutes. Inscriber setup back here. This is where our redstone is. This is where our, saltpeter is. That was something important for something over here at the reactor. I think we needed that for making jellied cryothium. Here is the back side of the dialing device for our RF tools teleporter system, which we'll be using here in just a minute. And then over here we started putting in just a ton of ender chests, and we use those for interdimensional item transport. So let's go and take a look at a couple of these other dimensions that we had. I guess the first place that we'll go is to the end. So let's go ahead and go there. Dial once, please. Thank you. Do I have? Yep, I got that. Good. So we can get back. So here we are. We're at the end. And if we come up here, this was our, this is where we did our solar array. And our solar array is where we get all of our power from. This thing right now is charging. There's no power in this because it's constantly charging that tier 8 solar array. Right, and so it's constantly making power. It's constantly making power at what is it? Something like 16,000 RF per tick or something like that. Up here this is where the solar panels are, and these things are working phenomenally. I love it. We put a magnum torch up here so that there's no Endermen that spawn over here, which is pretty cool. And then down here we've got our void resource miner and our void ore miner, and that's where we've been getting a lot of our resources from here in the end. Now let's go back to the main base, or actually let's see where we can go from here. Yeah, let's go back to the main base, I guess. So let's go there. Maybe. Don't crash. There we go. All right. So back here at the main base, of course, we had actually the first place that we went. You know, the end ended up being like one of the last places we went, but the first place we went was here to the void. Not to the void, but to the mining dimension. And so here in the mining dimension, oh, it's dark. Here in the mining dimension, we set up an RF Tools builder, and that's what we used for our mining setup. So this thing here, and actually it looks like it's not. This thing is actually done. It mined out this entire area and brought all of those resources back to us via this ender chest right here, which is very cool. I mean, that kept us going for a long time as far as having materials. Probably the next place we went after that was to the Nether. So let's go ahead and head over there. And I tried to make sure that all of my portals were centered on this main part of the base, right? So let's go ahead and go to the Nether, and I'll show you what we did there. In the Nether, we've got a few things like we've got another builder here doing some mining. Man, those are really loud. I got to do some updating on my settings. But over here, we got a builder that's currently mining through the Nether, and it's gathering stuff like this. So what all do we have here? It's been getting Nether quartz, Nether rack, and I think this one here is just where it's, yeah, this is just the one that sends regular items back to us. As a matter of fact, we should probably, maybe, I don't know. I might take those filters out. Over here, this was our wither skeleton farm, so we do have, we don't have any power going to it right now. I could fix that if I wanted to by just running another power cable up there. And then this is where our wither skeletons are, our skeleton skulls, our withered ribs, our drops of evil. We've got so many drops of evil, I don't even know what to do with them all. Then we made this little tunnel out here, and out here we also did our best to kind of decorate it up a little bit. We put this this like towering inferno thing right here to kind of give it some character, which is very cool. And then the last dimension, the last other dimension that we went to was the void. So let's go there. Let's go to the void. I didn't do as much here as I wanted to. This was supposed to be a prison dimension. And so in the prison dimension, we were going to put in a bunch of these Woot Farms, right? I only got the one built, and I started working on the layout here, and then, you know, just kind of other stuff happened that it kind of pulled my attention away from this. Plus, we got this weird, goofy thing happening with these doors that are placed in the overworld, and then they're carrying over to these other dimensions. But this one here, this is doing ender dragons, right? So this thing here is building up draconic dust. It's also getting us dragon eggs. It's getting us dragon hearts. We had it originally set up as a prismarine farm, so we had guardians in here, right? So it was giving us prismarine and stuff so we could make sea lanterns and all that good stuff, because prismarine is actually a part of a crafting recipe for some other stuff later on. But, you know, I think it had the potential of looking really good in here, especially if we had several of these Woot Farms going down, and you had one for like skeletons, one for zombies, one for ender dragons, withers, you know, all that good stuff. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool. I like this chiseled block right here, this chiseled stone. That gives it a really nice effect. I think that looks good. I've always been fond of birch floors because I like really light colored floors. Yeah, I don't know. We had it kind of set up on a compass pattern, so it would have been north, south, east, and west and all that good stuff. But, you know, things happen. We didn't quite get back here as often as we wanted to, but that's okay. That's okay. These are our two dogs. We found these early on. I was going to name them, and I think I was going to name them something like Fido and Sparky or something like that, but never came across any name tags, and then by the time I got to name tags, nobody really cared anymore. And then I think some of the last things that we did, let's go ahead and sleep, make it so it's daytime at least, walking around and all this good stuff, right? So a couple of the last things that we did were over here, of course. We built our IC2 base. Oh, I forgot about the big reactor too. So let's go over here. and we'll show you this place, and then we'll go show you the big reactor and the other draconic stuff, and then I think that's probably going to do it. So yeah, in here we've got another ME system. The thing that made this very cool was that we got into the quantum link chambers, and so this is completely remote from the main system over there at the main base. We use this quantum link chamber to send data back and forth between the two systems without actually having to run any cables over there, which was very, very awesome. You can access the information from right up here, so we got access to the complete inventory here. We also had a pattern or an interface terminal over here to go out and interface with all the stuff. I was going to put another terminal over here, I think, but it just never happened. And then in here was all the basic IC2 stuff that we needed. So we got down here, we've got a couple of metal formers, we got a compressor, we've got an extractor. We got into the electric heater and the blast furnace. We used this to make steel, which was awesome. And then this thing here we used to make distilled water. The distilled water was something that we needed for, what were we making with distilled water? Oh, IC2 coolant. That's what it was. That's cool. And then up here was our windmill. This was our main power source for. This was our main power source for all the IC2 stuff down there. Of course, the rotors are broken, so we'll have to get those updated or upgraded. I've got a pattern for them, I think, in the old ME system, so we can make those. So whoops. Not TR, so ROTOR. Yeah, so those are auto-craftable, which is pretty cool. Now, the reason why I'm showing you guys all of this stuff, the reason why... Aw, I didn't want you to do that. I wasn't about to die. I was going to fall in the water. Let's go in here. Options, controls, jetpack. Jetpack? 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 Where's the jetpack at? Is it simply jetpacks or just jetpacks? That's JEI, journey map. Uh-oh. Movement. Nope. I heard something. I got out of there. Now I got to go back and do the whole thing over again. Darn it. So controls. Aha, simply jetpacks. So... toggle emergency hover mode, toggle hover mode. Here we go. We'll make it that one. There we go. There. Now we can hover or not hover, depending on what we want. Okay, and then the other thing that we built, one of the kind of middle things that we did. Oh, there's some extra utility stuff. We put solar panels there. We put the water mill there to do that stuff. This was our little automated hut right here where we could make our, what were we making in here? We were making the jellied cryotheum for the reactor. So we've got buckets of jellied cryotheum in here, which is very cool. And then, of course, over here is our big reactor. This thing is it's actually making power currently. It's actually doing a pretty good job. But again, everything is drained because it's all trying to go into the energy storage ball. In here, we built this as one of the later episodes. This was another instance where we were trying to get free stuff. And so we used the lens of the miner and some stuff from Actually Additions, block placers and block breakers to kind of make it so that we automatically get like Elurium ore and stuff like that. I mean, because we don't have any in here, do we? No, we don't. So every time we get a piece of Elurite, it breaks it down, sends it over to the main hub, gets it all processed, and then sends it back through this one right here and puts it into the big reactor, which is where power is made. So let's go up here. This is probably the second most impressive thing that I've got on the whole base right here, and that is, we got to turn that down. Master volume, get low. There we go. So this thing right here, we worked hard on this for several episodes trying to get this thing leveled up to tier 8, but as you can see, it is definitely a tier 8 energy core. It's currently taking in 10,000, almost 11,000 RF per tick. It currently has 587 billion RF, and I want to say that it holds 9 trillion. Oh yeah, it holds that much. So, I mean, it's a number that's so big I can't even tell you what it is, right? I mean, it's crazy how big it is. But that's the world, folks. Tree farm down there, a little place for ender pearls over there. Down here, this was Draconic Evolution stuff, as well as this right here. This building is something that I was just working on in between episodes, and that's, as I was doing this is kind of where I was like, you know what? It's time for this series to end. Oh, are we stuck in here now? Oh no, there's an obsidian plate there. But this is where I was making the quantum singularities for our applied energistics system. Because you need a place where you can blow them up, and so this room is being made out of entirely obsidian. You can have an explosion in there and it wasn't doing any damage to the walls. And then I just put like single planes of chiseled block on the outside of this just to kind of give it some decoration. Put this path in the live stream. We did this fusion crafting core over here, which is how we got all of these draconic tools, which is very cool again. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it. That's going to do it for this series. That's going to do it for this episode. I do hope that you have enjoyed all of the time that we've spent together in this series. Fear not, this world will go up for download. I'll make sure to have a link in the description where if you want to play in this world and maybe finish up some of the things that I've been working on, you are more than welcome to do that. And tweet me some screenshots. Let me know how you made some changes to this world. Let me know. I want to see your player avatars in my world. That would be amazing for me to see. But I just want to take this opportunity to thank you all so much for all of the support that you have given over the course of the last roughly 6 months that we've been playing in this pack. Fear not, new mod pack coming. As a matter of fact, it will probably go up. Episode 1 of the new series will probably go up this weekend. So again, it's going to be very cool. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I certainly am looking forward to bringing it to you. But again, sadly, we are out of time. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe. The likes and subscriptions help out oh so immensely when it comes to those pesky YouTube search results. The other thing that helps out a lot is comments. So make sure you leave your comments right down here in the comments section below, and we will chat about it. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode, in the first episode of the new series. Don't forget about the Beach Block series as well as the City Skyline series. Make sure you watch all of those and hit the like buttons on those as well. There will be another Wednesday live stream this week. Probably City Skylines. Haven't quite nailed that down for sure yet. But again, folks, this has been a great ride. I do appreciate it very much. And all series end at some point in time. And there's probably more stuff that can be done in this episode. Oh, it's kind of fitting. The sun is setting. And the sun is setting on this world. But thank you so much, folks. It has been great, and it's been a pleasure. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of What Comes Next. And believe me, like I said, I know what that's going to be. Stay tuned, and we'll show you. Until next time, we'll see you later. Catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye. A very special thanks to my Patreon support staff. If you'd like to become a Patreon patron, visit my page at www.patreon.com/RB_plays to find out more details.